Okay. Hope you liked my music selection for the day. It's all about rolling and wheels and stuff like that. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Corrinne Walenda. I hope you are all having a spectacular day. It's a little gloomy and rainy here in Chicago. I think it's the same in Milwaukee, right, Erin? Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Okay, well, this is a quick webinar today. What we'd like to do is Erin is going to talk to you about a new product that we have that has not yet been released. We expect that will happen at the early part of next week, and at that time you guys will get spec sheets as well as pricing and things like that. But we thought it'd be a great idea to let our Perlick commercial reps know ahead of time that this product was forthcoming. So you're getting a sneak peek here today. I should say that Erin is going to be doing the webinar, so I'm just going to be monitoring the chat. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop them in there. Erin will also stop every so often to see if folks have any questions, okay? Well, with that being said, I'm going to say go ahead and take it over, Erin. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Corrinne. So we're really excited about this new product that we have. Basically, the goal of the product is to be able to, if I can advance to the next slide here, be able to bring your dispensing product anywhere. So we wanted to make it really easy for you guys to order and specify Perlick dispensing equipment plus refrigeration products for a variety of beverage types. So what we've developed is really targeting stadium suites, restaurants, so places that serve brunch or would be interested in nitro or cold brew coffee, hotels, grocery stores, or any other venues that are looking for a mobile beverage dispensing solution. So what this product is it's a mobile tap. It's called the Perlick Mobile Tap, and it's a complete dispensing kit, and it includes all of the refrigeration, the dispensing components that you need for a variety of beverage types, and then also the casters so that you can move it around as needed, as I mentioned. So what we have here is you can see the 2-faucet draft arm. It dispenses the combination of beverages, so you can select from nitro and cold brew coffee or wine. So basically anything that pushes nitrogen in combination with the nitro infused coffee, beer and wine, 2 varieties of wine, or 2 varieties of beer. I do want to point out here that in the beer and wine configuration, you do have both the poly and the vinyl line to dispense both beer and wine. The other thing that I want to point out is the temperature range on the refrigeration system. So it's 34 to 42 degrees, which is the same as our standard HC unit today. So you can see here, these are the different configurations that we have along with the coordinating SKU for each of these. And as Corrinne mentioned, we will share all the spec sheets. We'll share this deck with you and provide pricing and all the other information that you need in order to specify this product. So do you guys have any questions so far? I'll continue and I'll talk through some features and benefits and then also give you some more specifics on exactly what's included in the kit. Okay. Continuing on, so we know that our Perlick refrigeration system is superior. So when you pair that with our premium dispensing equipment, you end up with a really durable system that's reliable, that's going to give you the perfect pour. So as I mentioned, we have the 2-faucet draft arm that allows you to pour a combination of beverages, as we discussed earlier, and that's on our 24-inch refrigeration system. Within that system, you get all the components that are needed to dispense those types of beverages that I mentioned earlier. So you get the casters, the refrigerator, and then all the different hoses and components that you see here in the refrigerator. Additionally, we have that quiet air force refrigeration to ensure the consistent temperature, so you won't have temperature variation if the beverage sits in the dispensing tower on a hot or humid day. Additionally, we do have the quick disconnect kegs that are available on our Nitro Brew system. So it's really easy to disconnect and change out those kegs. You will also get the kegs with the Nitro system. And we'll talk in a little bit more detail about this shortly, but also with our Nitro system, you will receive 1 lowboy coupler. So our other dispensing systems, those 3 other systems we talked about, the wine, beer, and the beer and wine, all include 2 lowboy couplers. We have included 1 lowboy coupler with the Nitro unit, just because sometimes the coffee may come in a 6-still, or someone may be interested in dispensing wine that is kegged already. So you will receive 1 lowboy coupler with that system as well. Additionally, we have the large, easy to move casters for flexibility and being able to move that around the space as needed. Those are the 3 3/4 inch casters that I'm sure you're familiar with. So those do come with the system. And then lastly, I want to point out that this refrigerator does include the locking door configuration to prevent tampering with any of those either beverages or the gases that are included inside the system. Moving on, this gives you a high-level overview of what's included with each of these systems. So you can see that all 4 of the configurations have the 24-inch refrigerator, that HC24 refrigerator, a 2-faucet draft arm, and the 3 3/4 inch casters. And then once you jump down to the next level, you can see that some of them include the nitrogen regulator or cylinder, and some include that CO2 regulator and CO2 cylinder. You will notice that the beer and wine configuration includes one nitrogen regulator and cylinder and one CO2 regulator and cylinder. Additionally, we talked about those kegs, the quick disconnect kegs and the lowboy coupler being included with the nitro and cold brew coffee configuration. And then you will receive the two lowboy couplers with the wine, beer and wine, and beer configurations. And then if you look at the faucets that are included, you see here that we have one stout faucet that's included with the nitro and coffee version, and then one 630 SS faucet. The other configurations do have the two 630 faucets. And then lastly, the nitro and coffee configuration does include the nitrogen infuser, and that is a single faucet nitrogen infuser. So you're probably aware that we have a single and a dual. This one is the single version. So I know that was a lot in a very short period of time. Does anyone have any questions on those configurations that I mentioned?
Nothing in the chat, Erin.
Okay, great. So the next slide that I have here is an overview of what the spec sheets look like. So you see here that we have the key features and benefits listed. Those are the features and benefits that I just shared with you. Additionally, we have the parts breakdown shown here in this graph. And then over on the third page, we have the dimensions of the refrigerator, the tower, and the casters, along with the parts breakdown. So this parts breakdown coordinates exactly with this grid that you see here in the middle page. And then diving into the spec sheet overview a little bit more, I just want to point out that you can fit two 2.5 gallon kegs, these quick disconnect kegs, inside this HC24 unit, or you can put two 6-stills in there. This unit does include the shelf, so if someone would have a quarter barrel that they want to put in this refrigerator, that would also fit on that shelf and flush with that back step. So that was a very high level overview. What questions do you guys have about what's included? Or comments or feedback?
Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. One thing that I'll mention to you folks is that all of the kit components are, as much as we can, will be packed inside of the HC cabinet. There's obviously a few things that won't fit in there, but for the most part, everything is going to be shipped inside the cabinet. Let's see, Erin, someone asked, any plans for a red wine temperature unit?
We will look at that depending on the success of these specific configurations. If there's a lot of interest, yes, we certainly will look at expanding.
Okay, and then Bobby Saraceno asked, have the casters been beefed up? I think these are the same casters that we put on back bar units.
Correct.
Right?
These are the 3 3/4 inch casters that you're probably familiar with.
If somebody wanted to, you know, add an order for larger casters, would those work on this unit, Erin?
To be honest, I'm not sure the different caster configurations that are available, but if someone's interested in that, we can certainly check into that and get back to you.
Okay, all right. Why are we supplying the gas canisters, Mark, from Mark Carnava? Mark, Erin, let me know if I'm speaking out of school here, but the overwhelming consumers' demand for this is that we have a complete kit that has a clean gas canister that can be filled. That's just the way that the kit is coming.
Correct. I see the comment, I see the question, would other tower styles be available for this? At this time, this is the only tower style that we are offering. But again, we would certainly look at expanding this based on the success of these 4 initial SKUs.
Again, go ahead.
Oh, I do want to piggyback on Corrinne's comment where all the components ship together. They are all kitted, they are all bundled, and you will receive them. If you order this SKU, you will receive all of those components in one shipment. So they're banded together, or the dispensing components are included in the refrigerator, so you will receive that all together.
In addition, I did want to mention you folks that all of these mobile tap kits, including the refrigeration, et cetera, that's all going to get put together in our Monterey facility. So I know, Mark, you're asking again about the small gas containers. You know, we're also selling this on the residential side too. And they absolutely wanted to have the gas canisters included with the kit as well. And we're not really allowing for much we're not allowing for customization of each individual kit because everything is going to be pre-packaged in Monterey. So I would say if they just don't want the small gas canister, they can do something else with it, but they're going to get it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Anything else? We're expecting the I don't know, it seems to me like the best idea for this is definitely with cold brew and nitro cold brew coffee, and that something like this can get wheeled out into maybe if it's a hotel and they're doing a breakfast service, they can wheel this out and then remove it to store it away for the rest of the day. Just wanted to, that's kind of the big germ of the idea. And we did get a lot of positive feedback on the mobile tap, both at the Nightclub and Bar Show, which is now called the Bar and Restaurant Expo, as well as KBIS, which was the residential show that we did earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are there any other questions or comments? The last thing I have for you is a quick overview of what this looks like. So you can see here, this is what the wine, beer, and beer configuration would look like from the outside. And then here we have the nitro unit. So again, you can see the stout faucet paired with the 630 faucet and all of the dispensing components needed for nitro and cold brew. So if there are no other questions, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. And again, as Corrinne mentioned, we will be bundling all of the assets together and sending that out to you early next week when the product is launched and available.
Great. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you, everyone.
Can't say they won't be rough patches, scratches from thorns and briar. Over or under will roll like thunder as long as there's tread on each tire. I got a heart like a wheel, baby, let's go. Get in this heart like a wheel, baby, let's roll. Ain't no life, ain't no way, ain't no lights on this road.